Happy Wednesday. We're still getting organized, but I'm like not even in frame. Ugh. Yeah, definitely move myself, not the camera. We got around to writing a list today, so we have lots to talk about this week, which is good. A welcome change of pace. Rob kindly pointed out that for the past few weeks we've been sort of like, so what are we going to talk about tonight? So I took that as an invitation to write a big long list of things
Big
to
long
talk
list.
about. Yeah. So, anywho, that's where we're at.
Hello, Joanne.
Hi, Mom. How's it going? Oh, hi, Ann and Rick. How's it going? Thanks for coming. We appreciate you.
Are we going up against?
No, he goes after us. Mulberry Branch goes up against.
Is Mulberry Branch going?
Yeah, she's got a thing up. Hi, peanut butter.
Peanut says hello.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Rob. So
Hi,
is
Rob.
it just the fam?
Fam reunion.
Reunion.
Okay. I've got my laptop
Okay.
rolling.
That's
All right, so I'm gonna jump on into it. Where do you want to start with?
whatever. That's a long list.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. We took out a lot to talk about.
So, package postcards and yarn tags. So last night we went and designed some postcards that we're going to start putting in our boxes of products, whether that's yarn or hatching eggs.
Yep.
So
And it's gonna have a bounce back coupon code. Did you activate that on the website? So there's a coupon code for repeat customers, like a bounce back coupon kind of thing.
yep,
So that's exciting.
that is exciting.
And the postcard is really cute.
Yep.
And we designed yarn tags because I've been pestering John to make us tags for yarn because I want to take our yarn to a couple local shops and see if they want to sling some of it.
Sling it.
Hi, Dave Peters. Do you guys put the clocks back? Well, 11 p.m. You guys put the clocks back a different week than we do? Because I think we put them back next week,
Sunday.
Sunday. Forgot we put the clocks back in the UK. It's only 11 p.m. So do you usually watch us stream at midnight? That sounds crazy.
Halfway through sleeping at home.
Yeah, I'm like deeply within room cycle by that time.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate you.
So that'll be cool. We're doing it with one of my printing colleagues, so I know it'll be a good job.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, let's just go to Vistaprint. And John was like, pshaw.
Sure.
Pshaw. So,
Hello, Beef.
I often miss the end. 10 out of 10 do not blame me.
Yeah.
I would often miss the beginning, middle, and end if I was trying to do something at midnight.
Surprised we haven't put everybody to sleep already.
I know. Yeah, that and we're boring. Okay. You want to talk about your cheap topsoil or cheap fill find?
So I think we did talk about it last week. So
Oh, okay.
it's fine. So we found somebody on Facebook who has a company, an excavating company, and basically, so they dig foundations and stuff like that, and they have enough room to store all of the fill that they get from digging those foundations. So, like at the end of the season, they screen it all and then try to sell it. So it's basically like, you know, sort of like leftovers, like, you know, they're just trying to get rid of it at this point.
Oh, is that why it's so cheap? Because of the time of year?
I think so.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So we're filling in our flower farm back there.
We have some low spots and some really poorly draining spots. I think we do have, right? We have some wetland soil back there. No, we just have some poorly draining soil, which could be any old type of soil. But it's like if it's rained like a lot and some of the water is still just sitting there. So hopefully by filling in some of the low spots and filling it in with fill, the next time we have like days and days of big rain, that water will.
Well, and it's all just about grading it so that the water
Goes
goes
somewhere.
somewhere else, because there's, so I basically did maybe a third of it or a quarter, and the, let's see, like the east side of it is higher than the center, so that side is all dry and it just kind of all ran in there. So once we get it all filled, it's basically going to be grading it from the center out so that all the water falls down and then drains off to the side.
That won't make our road a muddy mess.
Well, the idea is off to the side, so that way. So the same way as the road, so like off to, towards that end of the property and towards the peacocks.
Okay.
That would
So
be the
it's
goal.
not like,
Won't be like a bump,
yeah, that's what I was picturing, like, so,
yeah, more like this. This
gotcha.
road goes this way. We'll see. And I mean, we may need to put in like some sort of drainage,
Drainage.
yeah, for the road, I mean. Where you going?
I was gonna grab the diagram.
The diagram.
Because since we're talking about where we're actually gonna be doing some farming, I was drawing this because I was thinking about the, hey Em, how's it going? I was thinking about how we were gonna organize our flower farm and like also kind of watering concerns, and I'm like, how are we gonna water all of this? So I was thinking, because if we have a road that goes into the center of the farm, that's basically where the giant rock is, so we could bury that rock in like mulch and keep it roads, and then we could do like a field of random zinnias, maybe pumpkins or some other kind of vining crop, and then I ordered a crud load of dahlias, and then other row crops, like maybe more zinnias. We could do celosia. I'm looking through the GeoSeed catalog right now, so, and it's not a catalog, it's a price list. I wish they would put out a beautiful catalog. I understand why that they don't, but
Be a big.
it would be a big catalog. But imagine looking through it, it would be amazing. They have so many varieties of things.
And then, yeah, French Drain, I think right where our access road is gonna go would be good. We'll see what happens. We can always see how it goes. And Rob, yeah, so it will be going towards the neighbor's house, but it's like
There's a big buffer,
huge.
and their
frontage
yard
space.
slopes towards us too. So now we'll basically all be
And maybe we
sloping.
can have a pond.
Yeah, into the buffer pond.
Right. Yeah. Well, and also
Hi, Jocelyn. Thank you.
we could, we could take a jackhammer to that rock and just sort of level it out
Well, if we're gonna
to
bury
make
it
sure.
in
Well, but
mulch,
that'll be a lot.
we're gonna put some fill up to it too. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, everything's sort of up in the up in the air. So, about how much space is each of those four plots?
When we measured the overall space, it's about 10,000 square feet, and it's about a square, so it's basically 100 by 100.
The whole farm.
I forget whether that's counting the blueberries or not, but something like that. So
So maybe 25 by 25,
that would be like 50 by 50.
50 by 50. So quite large, and it'll be. I mean, as far as like contiguous growing space, it'll be the biggest space we've ever tried to grow in.
Yeah, minus the one on the side that we fenced off already, but never.
Yeah, but that
quite
was
finished.
a total flop. So
That wasn't a total flop.
yeah, there's still. Did I tell you that there's still dahlias blooming over there? Oh no, I told Rob while we were talking. There's still dahlias blooming down there. I'm like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, so I think we're supposed to have 2 freezing nights over the next couple nights, and then it'll be warmer. So, because the other problem with what's happening down there, so it's still wet, so I can't really do anything because I just keep making bigger holes with the tractor. So like, you know,
And you're probably compacting, like if
Yeah.
you're grinding everything up into mud, it's gonna, when it does someday dry out, it'll dry out into a mess.
well, compacting it will help with drainage if we're getting it off. And it's not like I'm driving over. Anyway. Gotta wait till it dries out before I get that down there.
Man, I'll tell you what though, I was watching one of the, who said, oh, Jocelyn. So if you, this idea is loosely / exactly based off of the way that Garden Answer, do you watch her on YouTube? She has a little ha ha ha, a big cut flower area, and she divided hers into quadrants.
Ah!
Yeah.
It's all coming together.
Yeah, it just makes so much sense to me. But so then she did like rows of like dwarf sunflowers along each one of these like pathways. So if you're like standing in one of the mulch pathways, you're just like a little line of like these super cute dwarf sunflowers. But the reason I brought that up is because I was watching her till an area. She's underplanting her orchard with meadow grass and like, I think she put like 800 bulbs down. So like crocuses, mini daffodils, bluebells, and the little snake flowers. Anyway, I was watching, I haven't seen her. Oh my gosh. This is going to be a game changer for you. Look up her cut flower farm. It's like mind-bogglingly beautiful. She does amazing things. But anyway, so I was watching her. They ran a till. Oh, sorry if we just buffered. Yes, but Garden Answer is going for grass. My mom is not.
They ran a tiller.
They ran a tiller and it fluffed up like this much soil. So then she just like threw bulbs around and was just like pushing them into the ground. And I was like, John, how much is a tiller? Like,
Oh, that's why you're asking me how much a tiller is?
yeah, it's like it made planting, like if we were to till one of those quadrants,
I think that's the plan.
yeah, like we could just take like plant starts, like, boop them into the ground.
Well, I think that's the idea.
Yeah,
Sounds like a tiller's in my future.
it does. I think there is a tiller in your future. Hey, Sweeney's Creek, how's it going?
Great.
Thanks for coming. Sweeney's Creek, when do you guys do daylight savings time? I just heard that hi Susie, I just heard that the UK does it early. Do you guys do it early?
Hey, Susie.
Happy bath time. Susie's doing bath time right now, so we appreciate you
Who's
coming.
the kid?
Yeah.
Not-
Yeah, she has a baby. It's
You
extreme.
can't just say Susie's doing bath
I
time
think
right
most people know that it's a bath time is a kid thing. We are dry now. Got very wet yesterday. 1.5 inches in 30 minutes. Holy guacamole. Oh, Anthony's doing it. Good for Anthony.
There you go.
Way to go. Okay, so that's the update on the flower farm. Oh, and we have cover crop seeds. I went and bought 108 pounds of like a fall/winter rye seed. So hopefully at some point, once the fill is done, we'll maybe just seed the fill. And we also got some free mulching straw, which is nice. Save ourselves, what, because we were gonna pay $7 a bale?
Yeah.
What's-
But I think also we'll use that for, because we're gonna seed over there, right?
Yeah, but we got 5 bales, it's probably plenty to do. We'll see.
We'll see. I think we're gonna need some. That's okay.
We are in daylight savings now, 3rd of October to 3rd of April. I love daylight savings. That's so funny that they do it on a different day.
Well, I mean, there's also provinces in Canada that don't do it.
And what are you doing up there in Canada with daylight savings time? Do you do daylight savings time?
Who are you talking to?
He's
Oh,
in Canada.
Okay. You don't need to yell.
Hi,
Heart of garden.
Harder Garden. How's it going?
Well, I think daylight savings time is a racket.
It is a racket. It's totally a racket. It's an outdated racket.
There you go. Heard it here first, folks.
Sweeties Creek says, I've got a short up on the channel with some footage of the moat around the house. Oh.
Yikes.
Well, maybe you should get some crocodiles to move in. You have crocodiles there?
I think they have
Gators?
maybe crocodiles. I don't know. Crikey.
Arizona doesn't do daylight savings time? Is that true? I'm Googling that, Susie.
By all means.
That sounds like fake news. You think they don't?
I don't know. Don't know. All I know is that I think it's a racket.
Yeah.
But we only have a few days left of having sunlight until 6. Soon enough.
Wow. We don't engage in such silliness. Ugh. Nope, it's not going to show. Most everyone else in the United States loses an hour when they move their clocks ahead. In Arizona, we don't engage in such silliness, and we don't participate in daylight savings time.
Well, but, like, when I get back from work, I have 3 hours plus to get stuff done. So it's nice. Oh, because in Australia, it's coming into spring.
Yeah, opposite
That's the
hemisphere. That's the problem.
Yeah. Well, because it's. I think it's all just a racket. We're not
Daylight
gaining
savings?
an hour.
No, we're not.
We're just getting it at a different time of day. But it's like. Because now it's like dark until 7 o'clock in the morning. Like, what kind of nonsense is that?
Yeah, our alarm goes off at 6:15, and lately we just like snooze it because we can't go let out the chickens when it's still literally nighttime.
Right.
So predators would be like, "Ooh, quick snack before bed. Don't mind if I do."
So just pick a time, stick it.
And stick to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Daylight savings time rant over. Yes. Okay. Combining alpaca herds. You want me to talk about that?
We'll talk about it.
If you homestead full-time, it's no advantage. If you work, it's a great advantage as it gives you time to get things done outside of work hours. Yeah, it's just, it's hard to flip around sometimes.
Well, I think. Yeah.
Hey, the Beehive Homestead, how's it going?
Because I think it's just.
Thanks for coming.
I don't know about 3 hours. I mean, for us, it's like an hour. You know?
Well, yeah, so if John gets out of work at like 4, it gets dark like 5:30, 6 o'clock right now.
Right, so it'll get dark immediately.
Yeah. It's like already getting dark. Like when you're just starting to get out there and get to work. It's frustrating.
Yep. Anyway.
Okay.
So we were able to combine our 2 pastures. So we put up like basically a chute. So the 2 pastures are here, and we put a cattle panel on one side that hinges this way, and we put a cattle panel.
Anyway, I was trying to show, but
On the other side
yeah.
that hinges this way.
So this
so
is
that
a
when you
pasture.
put it
here,
together.
and that's a pasture over here. What?
I think it was clear.
Okay.
So anyway, so we made it so there's a little chute, so that they can go back and forth in between the 2. And it was really funny to see everybody like mixing together for the first time. And
Yeah.
they literally just like traded pastures at first. So like all the ones that were over here were over here, all the ones that were over here were over here, and then eventually they all got together.
We have a bunch of adorable alpacas running around video footage because when all the like main herd, when they went into the new big space, they were like so excited about it. They were all pronking.
I don't know, galloping around.
Yeah, it was super cute. And
Which also that means so we got the good news back that the Vermont 5 were clean and clear.
clean and clear.
So
Susie, I was hoping that the 2 Vermont herds were gonna remember each other, and
Hey,
I was
Rebel
like, hey, Rebel Canners, I was fully prepared to like project onto them, be like, look, they remember each other. But I really saw no noticeable difference in like the initial swirling. I don't think there was any like out of the ordinary, like, oh my God, Petal and Silver are reunited besties. But I'm open to in the future noticing one of the Gilmore Girls and one of the Vermont Five, like pairing up
Well, I think
or something like that.
I think there may be something to them remembering each other because they acclimated to the other herd very fast.
Not-
So like, well, but like when we watched Macy and Linda, it was very obvious that there was like pumpkin marshmallow and mocha, Macy and Linda. Over here, like they're all together around the hay feeder. They're all together doing their thing, like in no time. So I do wonder if having those five alpacas made it easier for them to all collaborate.
Yeah, could be. But because we still see like Macy and Linda, like today when we went out this morning, or was that yesterday?
Doesn't matter.
Macy and Linda like
They're
came from
besties.
the same farm, stay besties with each other, and I see Connie and Sophie together fairly regularly. So
I don't.
no?
No.
Oh, I do. But I also like it for it. You know, any time I see Connie and Sophie together, I'm like, oh, there's Connie and Sophie together. And it just like reaffirms what I already think.
Right.
So I'm hoping that like as time continues, we'll start to see some like Vermont repairings or small groups.
It was nice to get them all together, and now we can move them from one pasture to the other
Easily.
And it's actually it's easy for one person to do it too, to get them locked in, because the way that we have it set is so that it's and this was all Kat's idea, which was a great idea, with these cattle panels. So like you get everybody in there, and then it's just one gate to shut them in, and then it's done. And once they're all over there, so as opposed to like having to go and do a whole bunch of finagling, it's really easy to get them.
Yeah, we've
Shut in.
recently seen some questionable herd moving practices. And we should make a video of like the easy way to rotationally graze.
Well, just it all just comes down to having one small spot, and like it sticks with me forever what the guy from Memory Makers who brought us Mo Pumpkin and Marshmallow was corners.
Corners.
Corners are your friend, and so like even our old farm, it would just have that one entrance into the barn, and so whenever we would do herd health day, it would always be in the morning. And like one person would go in and start to feed, the other one would sneak around and
like,
close
no,
them in.
nothing going on here.
And then if they were outside, it was a pain in the neck to get them in. We would have to take this landscape fabric that we have and like unroll it to have like a kind of chute to get them in there.
Yeah.
So to have this big open space, it's tough. But what you need is corners. You need spots where they can get to and they
can't
can't
get out. Yeah.
Because most of the time when we go to get them, like they'll run around. But once you get them in the corner, they're just like,
Done.
yeah.
Derek Brown said, hi from PA. My 5-year-old son and I love watching all of your videos. He's been loving learning about bees. We're probably not the best people to learn about bees from. But actually somebody named the Beehive Homestead was in here chatting. You guys should check out their channel, because when we have questions about the bees, that's who we call sometimes. And we also have a local beekeeping mentor. But yeah,
Bees are hard.
We're on the struggle bus with bees. I'm glad that you're learning about them, and hopefully you've got other sources besides us, because we're losers. That's okay though.
It is.
Yeah. Pumpkins for practice.
Pumpkins for bacon.
Is it? I know a little something something. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's bees are hard. So
Bees are hard.
the more you can learn, and even if it's just for fun and you're not gonna like apply the knowledge, there is a lot of like really cool things you can learn about bees. But then like actually applying that knowledge to like what's really happening.
We are bee losers at the moment.
Yeah.
And yes, you are keeping me up.
It's actually me keeping John up, because John wouldn't stream if it was up to John, I don't think.
I was just talking about different things.
Bees are hard, yes.
Bees are hard.
So on Friday, is that what we said? We're gonna go winterize Joanne Carlton's bees.
Yes.
Give him one last mite treatment for the year,
Just
and
gotta
then.
remind me. I talked to Stan. Just got to schedule when to go get it.
Oh yeah, well, that's gonna have to be like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bees are hard, so we're gonna do the best we can with Joanne's bees. Try to get that swarm through the winter,
Yes. That'd be good.
and there's always next year.
The year after next year.
Yes, right, not next year. Next year's a wash for us.
Next year is a reset. Because I was also, and this is a different topic, but I was wondering if we wanted to look at expanding the alpaca pasture. Because there's a ton of room over there.
Hey, Cheryl's Pets and Plants. Crystal's Pets. Oh, God. Sorry, I can't read.
Don't worry, we ordered new glasses yesterday.
Oh, we did. I'm so excited for them to come in because the dogs have eaten 2 of my new pairs of glasses. Crystal's Pets and Plants. Hello, how are you? Thank you for coming. Expand the alpacas that way? That way.
We could do both.
Yeah, because maybe I think a better spot for the bees would be down by the flowers.
I agree.
Okay, so
Yeah, so I don't think
decision made.
Right. Well, and also, I think we put the fence there because that's we were gonna put the bees over there, or we had the bees over there already.
Yeah, bees went first.
But I think next year, and I don't think it'll take much. I think there's just a couple. There's like little trees that we can take down, just like 4 or 5 inches, and then the rest is all just kind of brush. But so if we do that, before the spring, I think we can get a lot more room
That would be nice.
over there.
And I think it would also be nice if, like, while people are driving down the driveway,
Yeah.
if they see alpacas.
Oh, that's true. We could go that way.
Yeah, where Randy's wood pile is.
You go that, so that like the whole driveway
Is lined.
with alpacas.
Yeah, I think that would be nice.
It would be nice. We should keep in mind parking,
That's true.
but
We have a lot of options. And we have the boy alpaca spot is going to be over there where that danger tree was, like where the hill is that you walk down. We've only got 3 boys plus Felix, and we're not going to increase. Here it is in writing. We are not going to increase our boy herd size significantly because boys are drama, man.
yeah. One, and I don't know if it's just one of them.
Yeah, we have a dramatic boy. But
We're
it
not
is
going to increase our boy herd
a lot.
significantly.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I know.
That means.
Significantly is up to my full discretion.
Very interpretive.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No more boys. Well, we.
Yes.
Yes. I just hope that Felix is able to get incorporated in over there,
Yeah.
and maybe him and Carl will let you.
Yeah.
I just
Well, I think also him and Cody might be a good pair to start. Cody's gelded.
gelded, yeah.
Cody,
And
we'll
since
see how it
Cody
goes.
is friends with Monarch, maybe when then Felix and Cody together go over
Right.
to Monarch. Yeah, that's a good thought. We just, Felix needs to be able to get incorporated.
Well, I think maybe we plan for that when we're doing the boy section, and maybe we put in a divider, and then we could even just have like a temporary housing ready for them.
Or we could put the barn right in the middle and kind of divide the barn in half. Well, whatever. We can figure it out.
Yeah, I think we should put the barn where it naturally goes.
Yeah. Short visiting time at first, yeah. So we tried to do a tiny little bit of halter training with baby Felix, and it did not go well. But like at some point we're gonna have to get used to him being on a halter, because I think if we walk him like by the other boys, on a halter.
Well, did Whitney? Is it Whitney? No, not Whitney. Mary Ellen. Did she drop off little
Yes.
halters?
Well, I have the halters are in my car. I'm
Because
not sure.
I think so. We put on a halter with a lead, and we held the lead. I think if we start him with just getting the halter on his face,
Yeah.
and then he can go wander around.
Macy was so upset
Yes.
when we had Felix on the lead. She was
Very upset.
so upset. It
What
was,
are you doing to my boyfriend?
I know, it was really sad to watch. Okay, did we do pumpkins for Packus?
Did not.
All right.
Are they for the Packers?
No, but it's like pumpkins for like a trade. Pumpkins for Packus.
So we saw people in our local Facebook group talking about like wanting to get rid of their pumpkins after Halloween, and we commented on one of them saying, bring it to us for the chickens, and you can come and meet the alpacas and blah blah blah. And then after that, I posted a post that said, hey, you want to bring your unwanted pumpkins here? You can come meet the alpacas. And then I think I posted that on Monday, and it cleared the admins like yesterday night, and then like we just started getting like so many messages from people who wanted to bring pumpkins and meet the alpacas. So we had 2 families come today and visit.
And we missed some messages.
Did we?
Yeah.
Well,
So we're gonna all the pumpkins that we can get, we're gonna feed down to the chickens because we can even save like a couple feed bags because pumpkins are eating up on free food. That
the
would
chickens
be
are
nice.
eating up on free food.
Yeah,
Pumpkins.
yeah. So and that's
And they
good.
love pumpkins.
And it's also I feel like it's good to get some people like here and meeting the alpacas and somebody
They were all talking about how next year we can't wait to bring pumpkins to you next year and see what you guys
yeah,
do.
good.
So, because I think, and like you said before, so in our old city, it was much smaller
City.
town. It was much smaller, and we were like a pretty, not like we weren't like a big part of the community, but we were in the community, and people knew
People
who
knew
we
who
were.
we were, where we were.
And we were, because we were like right on a pretty main road.
Hey, Smira.
So it was easy for people to recognize us. But so here, we are like set back, and we're hidden. So it's nice to be able to get some recognition, because we do eventually want people to come and walk the alpacas through the woods and like.
Agritourism
Right.
stuff.
And one of the ladies was talking about how they did farm stays and how they didn't have a shower. Just
Really?
had a composting toilet on the second floor of a
Really?
barn, and they paid. She couldn't remember the exact amount, but she said an awful lot of money.
Wow.
So.
Problem solved.
Yeah. Because she was looking at this house, and she was like, "Wow, that's such a nice house. I'd love to do a farm stay there." And I was like, "Well,
We live here.
yeah."
But I'm sure anybody
So-
who sees like a big house and a little house would assume that the people who live there live in a big house.
Probably, but they don't know us.
Yeah, it's not how we roll.
Not how we.
Eating eggs?
Yeah, sure. So we have been sitting on a bunch of eggs, trying to hatch them. Just kidding. Because we have all these, for some reason, we have all these chickens, and we have all these egg layer chickens, and we have been having some trouble trying to sell them because again, we didn't have keeping up.
Yeah.
Um,
My computer keeps shutting off.
we're not right on the road anymore, so doing a roadside stand isn't a thing. But my buddy who lives across the street from us gave us a contact at a farm that sells local eggs. And so we'll be able to basically sell wholesale eggs to this person. The only things we need to do is we need to wash them. He's going to give us a bunch of racks to store them on. So we don't need to provide cartons, which is great because that's a big expense, especially per, dozen eggs. So it'll be nice, because right now we're not selling any. So making half as much is better than nothing.
Oh, sorry you had a headache. And we'll be here all week. And every other day for the rest of forever. Yeah, so that'll be good. It'll be good to have a way to sell some eating eggs because we're producing, what do you think, like 6 or 7 dozen a week?
Something like that.
And we've got sales for like, I don't know, half of that. Yeah. Between half and
I
a
guess we're
third
gonna
of
have to
those.
be careful with that.
Yeah, well, we could just hold back 2 dozen. Or I'm sure my mom would probably also be able to retire from egg slinging again.
Yeah.
So that'll be good.
3 dozen a day.
Oh my gosh, 3 dozen a day,
Yeah.
that's a lot of eggs. How much do you sell eggs for? When we're selling them like direct, we either do $5 or $6 a dozen, and this wholesale place that's gonna take them is gonna pay us 3, which like isn't great, but it's significantly better than nothing. So yeah, and we were sort of in the same boat with hatching eggs. We kind of got backed up on silky hatching eggs, and I put a post up on Facebook that was just like, I've got eggs and like an hatching egg blowout sale, and even though we were selling them for less than we usually sell them for, it was better than nothing.
Right. At the end of the season and getting some cash flow coming in,
Yes, right.
even if it's
Yes, exactly. Any income is good. It's like something is better than nothing. And I was talking about,
not making us any money sitting on the table.
right, yeah, that bucket here is full of eggs.
We're actually in the cartons back here.
These cartons here are full of eggs. And that's what I was talking, because I went to, there's a yarn store that I drove by while I was headed to our alpaca vet to pick something up or drop something off. And I popped in and she was asking like how much we sell our yarn for, and I was like, $25 or $22 a skein, and she was like, well, I wouldn't be able to pay that. And like, if we're gonna be selling wholesale to a store, even though we would get less than 22 or 25 is still more than 0,
Right.
according to my calculations.
Again, it's making more money than it is sitting in our loft right now.
Yeah. Speaking of which, so if anybody subscribes to or doesn't subscribe to, please go and do it. Along the River Homestead, our friend Chrissy, she recently hit 1,000 subscribers, which like hooray
great,
for her.
yes.
Yes, it's so great. So if anybody wants to go subscribe to her, please do. And in celebration, she's going to do a 1,000 subscriber giveaway, which we did the same thing, right?
Sure.
She bought some yarn from us that she is going to give away to one of her subscribers. So check her out if you want to go try to win some yarn. I don't think she's made the video announcement of that yet, but keep an eye over there, subscribe, and maybe get some free yarn.
Free yarn.
It's always nice.
Always nice. So who remind me who
Oh, In the Garden Again.
In the Garden.
Leanne.
you should check out In the Garden Again's Instagram, because she bought some yarn from us and made a beautiful hat.
Made a little pom-pom on
Yes.
top of it too. It looks so cute.
So cute. It looks fantastic.
She bought the brown and white twists.
Yeah, Connie, it's so cute.
And it's the first thing we've ever seen knitted out of that yarn, and it's
Well, out of that yarn, yeah,
Right.
yeah, and that I'm glad we did that.
the
'Cause that,
twists.
yeah, that came out really nice.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Mom. 9 thumbs up, 8 watching. I'd say we're doing pretty good.
The other thing I was wondering is if and maybe it's a next year thing. I wonder if it's how do people knit these things and sell them? Could we get somebody to knit 12 hats and sell the hats?
So I saw. Did I send Susie? Are you still present? Did I send you the reel, or did I send you the reel of somebody making a hat with like a drill?
Did not sell that.
Okay, hopefully I sent it to Susie so it's not just gone in the ether. I was on Instagram Reels and somebody had this like contraption. It was like a circle, and somehow she had the yarn like Hey, Wolf's Head Forge and Farm, how's it going? It was this long time ago, I think. Oh, good. But you know what I'm talking about. So if you want to jump in and help me describe it, feel free.
Yeah, I think you're doing a great job.
It was like this plastic thing, and she somehow had like yarn like swooped around it, and then she had a power drill, and it would spin it, and this thing would like auto knit
Auto knit.
a hat. And like I mean the reel itself was only like, sorry if we just buffered. If we could figure out like what that contraption is, I will
What is this
knit
thing?
some hats. Yes.
Yeah.
Do you want to like hold up a picture of that?
Hmm.
Hey, Sunny's Place, how's it going?
I'm gonna try with this phone.
Sunny's Place and I were chilling in the Welcome to Chickenlandia live stream.
Continue.
Okay, sorry. They have a thing to make a hat. So Samira must know what I'm talking about too. So if we could, because I can't. I mean, I used to knit, and I used to be able to knit a scarf like pretty quickly, but they were like kind of basic and boring looking.
So this is what it is.
Yes,
And so where that handle is, they attached a
a
drill.
drill. Isn't that genius? Like, so I
Oh,
totally.
this is the lady, right?
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
her.
That's her.
You made the longest scarf in the world. Yeah, the what Doctor Who? He had a scarf. I made a duplicate of it for a tattoo.
You made a scarf for a tattoo?
Yes, I did. The owl, wherever that is here.
Fair. Well, so one of the girls that I dated a long time ago made me a scarf that was green and white from Jets, and it was literally like 15 feet long.
Wow.
Wrapped around my head like 6 times.
Why so long? Like to be funny or?
She's
Okay.
timey-wimey. I don't think Kat doesn't know what that means. She never
What?
watched Doctor Who.
Oh, is that was a thing?
Timey-wimey, yeah.
No, I wasn't a Doctor Who watcher. When we both used to work at Hot Topic, and when customers would come in and they would want to talk about Doctor Who, because we would sell like merchandise, like logos,
T-shirts,
T-shirts,
keychains.
yeah, that kind of junk. They'd come in and try to start talking to me, and I'd be like, Kathy, somebody's here to talk to you, which is fine. We can all have our different interests. If people came in to try to talk about emo music, Kathy would be like, Catherine, come on over here. Classic rock, I got you. Emo, Kat's your girl. Wibbly wobbly, is that more Doctor Who?
Yes.
Good.
It was a really good show. I did enjoy it. Of the new one, can't get into the old one, but the new one was good, and it was that same girl with the scarf. Watch that. So I think the first season was like a little corny, and then it got better and better and drew you in. But then once they got rid of who was it? The skinny guy with the giant poof hair, and they brought in the old guy. I couldn't do it.
That's where people would come in and say things like this, and I would just stare at them and wait for them to stop talking.
Okay, so T-shirts are over there.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like if you have any other questions or need a size in anything.
David Tennant. Was that the new one, or was that the guy with the hair?
This is Doctor Who live chat.
It's very popular. It's like one of the most popular shows ever. But anyway, I think Matt Smith was the guy with the hair. Or no, David Tennant was the skinny guy. He had the short hair. I think Matt Smith was the guy after him. Anyway.
So scarves.
Scarves, yeah.
But I totally, if we could find that.
Those knitting machines are only like $50, $60.
Wow, that's a lot though. I was hoping that it's made out of plastic. It should be like $12. Plastic
I don't
pieces.
have any concept of what things cost.
Yes, I do, because that microwave piece of plastic is $100.
Right, that's a piece of plastic.
And it should be $12.
So every piece of plastic should be $12.
Between 12 and 15, depending on how
think about
complicated
this.
it is.
So that costs $60, and you make 12 hats, and you sell each hat for like $40.
How much do you think we could sell a hat for? Like a hand knitted? Would we have to disclose that it's like knit with a plastic thing, or would we call it hand knitted?
We can just call it a knit hat.
A knit hat. How much do you think, excuse me, a knit hat out of 100% natural and undyed alpaca fiber would sell for? I need a
$150.
No, I need genuine opinions from chat, please. If anyone would buy an alpaca hat, like what would something like that cost? Because I'm a cheap ass beach and I would not pay an appropriate amount of money for something like that. Susie says $29.99
Incorrect.
for adults. Oh, we could make baby sized hats.
So I'm seeing everything $54, $78, $60.
Ann Dorman says 40 to 50.
54. I think, yeah, because good beanies are kind of expensive, and if you're making like our own hats, I think.
Put an Old Reading Farm tag on it. You could sell it for 40 to 50.
Yeah, I think 40 probably. Because one of the things is, yarn is a small market.
Yes.
If we make hats, that's everybody.
Right.
Especially, guy here today was bald.
Yeah, remember my mom said we're not selling a finished product?
Right. That's true.
Well, no, yarn is a finished product.
Well, it's also a material.
Cheaper yarn would be $20 to $30 if you would put a patch. So somebody knit for us, somebody in town here who bought a bunch of yarn, knit for us like a little thing that goes like, around your forehead and over your ears, like this. Just like that. And she had like it was like a little tag like this that she like sewed into the hat, so it would be like that, and embroidered onto this fabric thing, it said like, from the knitting needles of, and then her name, which I thought was so cute. And she must get those off like Etsy or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So, yeah, I mean, if we could figure out the hat thing, that would also give me a good way to spend my time in winter when I'm too cold to be outside, whatevering.
Yeah. I was wondering if we should make firewood.
You can do that if you want. Because we have, so the Vermont 5 alpacas, we only did their firsts into yarn right now, so they're blankets, so they're like sides, belly, and back. And then all of their seconds, which is their like legs, neck, and that's it, are in trash bags in the garage. So we have extra fiber if we figured it. Like if I felt like we could turn all that into yarn to make hats.
Right.
Check if the knitting machine works with alpaca yarn before purchasing it. Oh, hi Rose, how's it going? Thanks for coming. So you tell us, if we were to make hats out of our yarn, what would a hat like that sell for? Because you go to like fiber fairs and stuff, and we just like don't. If we have to leave the house, that's a big fat no. Susie, do you think that little machine would like not deal with alpaca? Maybe because it's like
Vendor at HOA sold it for 45 to 50.
Oh, good. Out of alpaca yarn? How was HOA? Looked like fun. I watched a bunch of people's videos, like the video recaps on it. But
I think like a generic winter hat that you get from a store is $20.
Mm-hmm.
So I think like a nice cent alpaca hat, expensive.
yeah.
And it's all. I think there is something to charging what you're worth. Like you always tell me whenever I
know.
estimate a job to add $400 to it. So like I think,
Mm-hmm.
but so it would be nice even if we had these people here and like they come and they meet the alpacas and they have such a good time and we, you know.
I know. I wish we had a gift shop that they could
Right.
exit through.
Yeah, exit through the gift shop. And like I don't want to be like, hey, you know, asking for donations. Like
Well,
we don't want to do that.
remember when we went to go visit Marshmallow, Mocha, and Pumpkin
Oh.
before we bought them?
Yes,
So
I do.
we were going up to this farm was in New Jersey. The three of five. I paid $120 for an alpaca knit sweater for my daughter for Christmas 2 years ago. Interesting. That's a lot. But I bet a sweater would take so much more yarn because in the garden again, who knit that hat that we were talking about earlier, the one that's got us on to this tangent, she needed 2 skeins of yarn and she bought the $22 skeins of yarn. So she was in it to $44 in material. But if I have a little machine that can do it in 20 minutes, I don't care. Oh, Rick just sent an Etsy listing. I'm assuming it's for an alpaca hat. Okay, Rose says, I sell the hats. The machine should work with alpaca. Depending on the yarn, you can get 35 to 45 per hat.
There you go.
Interesting.
So I mean, if it takes 2 skeins of yarn, right,
Yeah,
to make a hat,
right.
plus, so it takes 2 skeins of yarn, so whatever the cost of that is, $40. Like you make your money back on the machine as long as you sell hats
Right.
in like 1 year.
Oh, I see what you're saying, like a royalty? Kind of?
No, I'm just
So-
you work in real things. So if you look at the cost of the machine is $60 spread across 10 hats. You only need to make $6 off each one of those hats
Right.
to make that machine pay for itself.
Like a
And then-
royalty.
Sure.
The
In perpetuity.
no, but not in perpetuity because
Perpetuity.
after 10 hats it's paid off and then we're cash flow positive. Shark Tank. Instead of talking about Dr. Who, we should discuss Shark Tank.
No,
Okay.
we're not gonna talk about either one of those things.
Okay, so that's fine with me.
There's a new Matrix coming out.
We're not gonna talk about the Matrix.
Why not?
Anne said the alpaca socks that I bought for you and your sister were about $30 years ago. And you know how, remember at the Big E, they used to have that, or maybe they still do, and I just missed it, that like, in that As Seen on TV building, the place that sells like alpaca blankets and like the little alpaca stuffies and everything. Those were expensive, those little alpaca stuffies. Those were like $60. Rick wants to know when The Matrix is coming out.
December. I can't wait.
You're gonna go see a movie?
Well, I can't wait till
Until it comes out on Netflix the following
maybe I'll
December?
go see it. I don't know. I haven't seen a movie in. When was the last time I went to go see a movie?
That Wildfire movie? Or did we see The Secret Life of Pets before or after that?
I think we were still. Were we married when we saw the Wildfire movie? 'Cause we were definitely still dating when we saw Secret Life of Pets. That was so long ago.
I know.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Wow. Anywho,
oh, Rick will go with you.
There we go.
A mandate. A mandated mandate.
oh, Max.
Huh?
What's it?
Oh, I heard you, a mask mandate.
Yeah.
A mask mandated mandates.
Hey,
Okay,
is that about it?
back on topic.
Wrapping it
No.
up.
Oh, it's only 5 minutes. We're moving rocks. Quick.
Oh, moving rocks. So,
Check out New England Fiber Pool. You can get products to sell from your alpaca at cost when you send them your fiber. We did look into them.
I would really, I have no beef with that, but I would really like, so you know, our fiber is processed in the same town that we live in.
I think I sent Rose.
Oh yeah.
Or did I send that
Moved
to
over.
Dawn?
Yeah, there's a fiber processor in our town. She's like 10 minutes away from us. I would love to be able to say that
This yarn has never
This
left
yarn-
Newtown.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because I think for the most part, we're going to be selling at least initially to people in our town, and I think that's the thing that a lot of people can get behind.
Like super duper extra
Right.
hyper local. Like
Right.
can't get more local
And that's
than
like,
this.
not to say that's a reason to charge more money, but I think you look at that and you say, okay, so I'm supporting a small business in my community.
Who also
I'm-
supports a small
Right.
business.
I'm going to pay a little bit more money, but it's going to be worth it because I'm not only supporting this little farm with these two crazy
Charming,
people,
wonderful.
but I'm going to be supporting, also this other farm that's over there that's processing the fiber. So, like, my goal is for us to be able to do that. I think, if it comes to a point where maybe if we have like 100 alpacas,
That's not happening. That's too many alpacas. Oh my god, 100 alpacas? Can you imagine how much hay? I think I'm
well, that's
having a heart
when
attack.
we'll be growing our own hay.
We're not having 100 alpacas.
Everybody's freaking out. We're
100 is so many.
I would just like to point
It's
out.
4 times as many alpacas.
Well, I was
as
just
we
gonna say
have.
we're already a quarter of the way there. All right, 50 alpacas. How about that? Is that a better number?
It's gonna
Listen to what I was going to say. If we have 100 alpacas, then we could say like, okay, let's ship 100 pounds to the New England fiber pool,
Yes.
and then we get a bunch of
Yes.
stuff and we can sell it online.
Yes, if we had more alpacas, I think it would make sense to probably do several
Yeah.
different things.
But Rose also, that's a good point, to use the seconds to get actual product. So if we could do that, that would be great. I thought I read on their website they don't take.
Yeah, I thought the fiber
seconds.
pool only took firsts.
Yeah.
Do you send your seconds to the fiber pool? But don't you guys have a big felting machine and you felt
Well, and I
over
think
there?
both Rose and, I'm sorry, I forget the name of your daughter, but they're both,
Fiber artists.
yeah. But anyway, we'll see. Dipping our foot in the pool.
Dipping her foot in the fiber pool.
The fiber pool.
You're a donut.
You don't think we'll have 100 alpacas?
I don't know. That's because it's. I guess we just need to make some decisions about what our priorities are because I think if we want to have Angora goats and some kind of crazy sheep
That's a good
and
point.
a couple cows,
We're gonna have cows?
I don't know. We've got to kind of make a decision because I mean Instagram.
We don't need to make a decision. Well, Instagram is telling
don't
you
need
to
make
get
a decision
alpacas.
tonight, but yeah, Instagram is telling us we're an alpaca farm and put the chickens away, Catherine. Cape is $250. Vest closeout is $95. Farm in Maryland.
And I was just throwing 100 out there for a round number. 100 could be 40. It doesn't matter. I'm down there.
Yeah, that's what helps is telling women to calm down.
Chill.
My mom says, wait to see if the alpaca make you money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Anyway,
Yeah. Okay, well, we had a few other things on our list, but fiber will add up quickly, LOL, and don't worry, Ron will always shear for you. Yeah, I'm going to want a shearing lesson, though, and because at some point, having our alpacas shorn is going to become
yeah.
gag-worthy expensive. So, because this year, Ron shorned for us the Vermont 5, late in the game,
Yeah.
and then Connie and Sophie, Marshmallow, Pumpkin, Mocha, Macy and Linda. Right? 7 plus 5. Because we got the boys after, we got Cookie after, we got,
Well, I think Ron probably did actually shear Monarch and Cody.
but not for us.
Right.
So I'm just saying, so we had 12 alpacas worth of fiber last year. This year,
Oh, last year you're saying?
yeah, right. The yarn that we have sitting in our loft is X12, right?
Sure.
And this year is going to be X23 so far.
Yep.
And that's
Whoa.
if I stay off
No,
the
no.
internet.
It's going to be X23.
Right. Well, because it was going to be X22 and then Carlina.
Right. So it's going to be What is it going to be?
Well, actually, it'll only be X22 because baby Felix's yarn will probably be trash.
Right.
Rose, do you have, so with baby Felix, we didn't shear him even though he was born. We didn't shear him because we were a little bit worried that mom was going to reject him again because she had like only just started taking care of him. So his cria coat that was in utero is still on him. Have a good night, Sunny's Place. So his fiber is like really sticky grabby. He turns into like this mud monster anytime it rains.
She sure does.
So is there anything that we can do to have his fiber be usable, or is his fiber just going to be trashed this year?
I mean, even if we lose 1 year.
No, I know.
It's-
I'm just asking because if Rose has
Yeah.
some cria secrets other than you should have shorn him.
Born they're shorn.
Yeah, in the future we'll be practicing.
Yeah.
Night, Mom. In the future we'll be practicing if they're born, they're shorn. I was just so worried about him.
Yeah. Same. And
So-
I think it's. I'd rather take the safe way out and make sure that we don't do anything to upset the balance between him and mom
Yeah.
and lose a year of fiber. Than to
Right, because
risk it.
his balance seemed a little bit in peril.
It did. All right. That's going to be it for us.
I'm gonna wait and see if Rose
Rose is going to get it right.
if Rose knows any secrets.
Type
She's typing her secrets right now.
the secrets. Type in the secrets.
You want to talk about your double wide hay feeder quick? No.
Save it for next week.
Okay. Well,
You're talking about rocks.
yes,
And
cria fiber is like Velcro. It's a throwaway. It was too late to shear him. Yeah, and I guess if they're born, they're shorn rule applies to regular shearings.
Right.
Because they were super late to be shorn.
Right.
It was, what was it, like July or something? I just came into the chat, but you can just cut it off before spinning? Cut off, what, like the Velcro tips, do you mean?
I guess we'll have to see. I mean, he's going to get shorn.
Yeah, right,
So
of
we
course.
can always give it to.
The mill and say, if
And
there's
just-
anything you
right.
can do with this, do it, and
Yeah.
otherwise...
Well, and that would be
Pressure.
something where it would be like, maybe we just get something for ourselves.
I was imagining
Like the tiniest little sweater.
like a Ziploc bag full of like a handful of Felix fiber, and I was imagining her spinning like the most precious skein of like baby Felix. Like I was living in fantasy world,
Yeah.
like big time, and it was just like, you know, miracle baby Felix, like one little bit of yarn. Here he is. If you would take Felix if it's a throwaway? Send us an email.
Yeah. But we got, next year.
I know it's but
Send us an email next year.
yeah, send us one now and around shearing time.
Wow, your hand is cold.
I know. Well, I went from like overheating while you were talking about alpacas, and I fanned myself, and now I'm cold again.
All right, so we're gonna cut it off.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you all very nice for. Thank you for coming. We appreciate it.
Have a good night, everybody. It's like saving baby's first haircut. See, Susie knows. Good night. Thank you.